what is that we say is constructor will construct the object. What is that normally we say is constructor will construct the objects. But there is some concept called a destructor in some languages. Some languages, what is its purpose is to destroy the objects. Constructor will construct the objects. Destructor will destroy the objects. Will destroy the objects. So Java does not have destructor. Java does not have any destructor. Why? Because your Java is going to do automatic garbage collection. At the beginning, when we discussed the features of Java, we said that Java is a robust language. Robust means strongly built. In which areas it is strongly built is? It is strongly built in garbage collection and exception handling. Garbage collection is automatically done by Java. So that is why you don't have any destructor in Java. Java is going to destroy the objects automatically when they are not in use. Is that right? So destructor you don't have. So we'll go to the next topic, that is garbage collection. Garbage collection. See, creation of objects occupies a lot of memory space. Yes or no? It occupies memory space. It is having a method. It may have multiple data members. So whenever we create an object, it occupies memory space. So now, when this object will be removed from the memory, or when this object will be destroyed from memory, we need not bother about it. We need not destroy the objects. Java is going to automatically delete the objects. Java is automatically going to delete the objects from the memory. We need not delete the objects from the memory. Java is going to do it automatically. But there is one problem. What is the problem is, suppose I have an object called obj1. My obj1 is using some resources, using some non-Java resources. Non-Java resources. Non-Java means that resources are not specific to Java. For example, I am using a file. My object is using a file. File is what? File is nothing but space on disk. It is not a Java specific resource. It is normal system resources. So now, whenever my object is having a non-Java resource, if I destroy the object without releasing the resource, that resource will go into inconsistent state. Inconsistent state. What is inconsistent state? I may get wrong data from the file. So now, remember very clearly. So objects are there in Java. Objects occupy memory space. And whenever your program is over, you need not bother about whether your object is deleted or not, because Java is going to destroy it automatically. So now, but the problem is, whenever your Java is, your object is using your Java object is using a non-Java resources, then that resources must be released. That resources must be released before you destroy the object. Before you destroy the object. Is that right? Before I destroy the object, you need to release that resources. Otherwise, that resource will go into inconsistent state. So in order to do that, we use one method called finalize. We use a method called finalize. We use a method called finalize, very important. We use a method called finalize. Finalize is a method used to do proper cleanup. Before I destroy the object, it will do the proper cleanup. It will not do. You have to write the statements here which are needed whenever you are destroying an object. So whenever your object is being destroyed by your Java program or Java compiler or Java runtime system, then this method will be called and it will execute the statements that you are writing here. So now I told you an example. My object is accessing a file. So what I do is I release the file here. I write the code for releasing file. Releasing file means nothing but I am going to close the files here. I will close the files whichever my object is using, so that whenever the object is destroyed, the files are closed, then the object is destroyed. After closing your files, after putting your resources into consistent state, if you are destroying the object, there is no issue. But if you are not putting the resource into consistent state, if you are not putting them in a proper place, and if you are destroying the object, the resource will go into inconsistent state. So in order to do that proper cleanup, we use a method called finalize method. And very important thing that you have to remember here is, so when this method will be called, we don't know. Your Java runtime system will invoke this method automatically whenever it is going to destroy the object. When it is going to destroy the object, it depends upon the Java runtime system. If memory is required, then only it will do this. Otherwise, it will not do it. If it is having a sufficient memory, why to do this unnecessary process? So Java runtime system will decide when to run this method. So, but what is our task is, we need to put those statements inside of this, which will do the proper cleanup, which will release those resources. That is closing of files or something. Those resources, whichever you are using, you need to write the statements which are going to release those resources, so that the Java runtime system will release those resources and destroy the object. Okay, so this is about the finalize method. Finalize method is used for doing proper cleanup, and this. Okay, so in which of these cases the object is eligible for garbage collection? Sample 1 S1, sample 2 is, sorry, second one is sample S2 is equal to new sample, third one is S1 is equal to null, new sample. So in which of these cases is your object eligible for garbage collection? Okay, so now few of you have replied it as option 2, and this some as 3. See, the answer is 3 only. So if you go to the first case, it is not an object. Whenever you use new operator and do like this, then only you will get the actual object. The memory is allocated whenever you use new operator. Here memory will not be allocated, so there is no question of deleting the memory. So this is not the answer. So now here you are creating the object. So when garbage collection is needed, whenever that object is no more needed, whenever the object is not required. So garbage collection will take place only when the object is initialized to null. Whenever we make it as null, null means you are not going to use it. Or whenever your program is getting terminated, the object will be automatically initialized to null. The object will not be further used. So this you are creating object. The object may be in use. We cannot delete this object. So this is, the object is initialized to null. So this object will be deleted. So this is nothing but same as the second one. So you are creating the object. Is that right? So the third one, S1 is equal to null. In this case only, the object is eligible for garbage collection. So yesterday I told you that Java is going to do automatic garbage collection. But you need to do proper cleanup. How you are going to do is by calling the method finalize. You have to call the method finalize. So you need not call, it will be called automatically. Whenever it is required, Java is going to call, or JVM is going to call the finalize method. But you want to call explicitly. Explicitly means you want to call wantedly, you want to call this method. So you have to remember these two words whenever you come to computer terminology. Implicitly means automatically, which is done by the computer. Explicitly means the user is going to do forcibly. So now whenever you want to call the garbage collection explicitly, then you have to write this code. Runtime some R is equal to runtime dot get runtime and R dot GC. So this will call the garbage collection. This will call the garbage collection. Whenever you call the garbage collection, automatically the finalize method will be called. What is the purpose of finalize method? To do proper cleanup. Your object is using some non-Java resources. You need to release those resources. Then we write the finalize method. Inside of the finalize method, we release the resources. So these are the two lines which you have to write in order to call the garbage collector. Whenever you call r.gc, gc is the method which calls the garbage collection. So this you are doing explicitly on your own. User is calling the garbage collection. So this you can do, but normally Java is going to do it automatically. In case if you want to do it, then you have to use this two lines. So runtime is a class which is already existing in Java. You have a method called get runtime. Okay, what type of method it is? What type of method get runtime? Since I'm calling with class name dot, it is static method. So remember, we discussed in the previous classes, previous sessions, that a static method is called by using class name. This point you should not remember throughout, you should not forget throughout Java. So one is instance method. Whenever you create object for a class and you are going to call that method, that is called instance method. Whenever you are calling a method by using the class name dot, that is called static method. So this is a static method. So now I'll write a small example for garbage collection, a very small example. So I have a class sample. I have a class sample. So for this class only, I am writing the method. So protected. Yesterday we have seen void finalize is the method. So in this I write system.out.println finalize method called. Okay. So this is how that just I'll close this. I'll write the main method. Suppose GC demo. So I'll write the public static void main method. So in this, what I do is I create object for this sample. S1 is equal to new sample. Is that right? So I'll put a message system.out.println object created. Object created. So now I'll call the runtime. R is equal to runtime dot get runtime. Get runtime. So now before I call the garbage collection, I'll make S1 is equal to null. I'll make this object as null. Here I have created. Now I'm deleting the object and making it as null. So now I'll call r.gc. Okay, that's it. So whenever I call r.gc, whenever I call the garbage collector, the control goes to the finalize method. The control goes to the finalize method. So what will be the output for this? What will be the output for this? So first, object is created. So this line will be executed. Object created. So next time calling the garbage collection. So whatever I'm doing here. So that is finalize method called. Okay. So this is about you only automatically invoking a garbage collection in Java. Is that right? So whenever you want to explicitly invoke a garbage collector, you need to write these two lines. These two lines. Is that right? So, but when an object is eligible for garbage collection is whenever you are making it as null or whenever you are reinitializing it to some other thing. So that in that cases only an object is eligible for garbage collection. I hope this is clear. So this is how you can call explicitly a garbage collection in Java.